this would be my first point. This would be my second point, which they didn't give you the whole point. They give you one of the two coordinates. They don't give you this one. And then they give you the slope. All right, so this is why you need that entire formula. The entire formula is m equals x sub 2. Why do I keep saying x? Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. All right, I'm going to write that whole thing out. All right, now let's go up and label things. All right, just so that we are staying on top of things. All right, I did label this x sub 1. All right, which technically I probably, let's make this a little bit better for you. Let's make this x sub 2, since this is technically the second point. Let's call that x sub 2. All right, so this is my first point. This is my second point. So this is x sub 1, this is y sub 1. This is x sub 2, which is what we're trying to find, and then this is y sub 2. All right, I don't have to label the m because it's already labeled right there. All right, so it's a matter of let's literally plug in the numbers where we see them. All right, this says m. M is 2/3. Okay, so let's put in 2/3 for that m. Put the equal sign down. All right, y sub 2 is 9 minus y sub 1 is 8. X sub 2, I don't know what it is. So I'm going to literally put x sub 2 because I don't know what it is. All right, but I know my formula says minus whatever x sub 1 is. X sub 1 is a -2. So I've plugged in numbers, all of them that I know. This is the one I don't know, and this is the one I'm trying to find. Okay, now we are going to do a little bit of math and simplify. All right, because on top, can't I do 9 minus 8? That's got to be a 1, right? So I'm going to keep my 2/3 over here. I'm going to put a 1 right here. All right, can I make this plus plus? Right, because it's minus a negative. So I could, on the bottom, I could put x sub 2 plus 2 so that I don't have to mess with that minus minus. All right, now what is this? What, I get two fractions set equal to each other. We did this before Christmas. This was two fractions set equal to each other is called a, starts with a p. It is a proportion. This is a proportion. We solved proportions. This was on your semester exam. All right, it's been on lots of tests. All right, this right here now, all this is a proportion. All right, we did similar proportions like 7/8 equals, let's make that another 8 over an x minus 2, and I asked you to find x. We did this before Christmas. All right, this is the exact same thing, except now it just has a little subscript on there. It's not a plain variable. All right, what did we do to solve these? We cross-multiplied down. Okay, do you remember us cross-multiplying down? So we multiplied this way, and then we multiplied this way. All right, you don't always, when you do your homework, you don't have to put those arrows in. I did it in the notes just so that you can see what we're doing here. All right, 3 times 1 is 3, so you can do that math in your head. The equal sign comes straight down. But this time I'm taking 2 times a binomial. So don't try to multiply it in your head. Put the 2 parentheses x sub 2 plus 2. All right, write it like we know how to show distributive property. Okay, now you have an equation that you know how to solve. Distribute the 2 on that side. So I have a 3 here. 2 times x sub 2 plus 2 times 2 is 4. I've got a one-step equation. All right, even though it's got that subscript in there, that equation right there is no different than us doing an equation that says 3 equals 2x plus 4. It's the exact same thing because I don't care what that variable is. I can change it to any letter. I can have subscripts on it. It doesn't matter. All right, so at this point, what would I do with this? I would do what to both sides? Someone said subtract 4. Okay, so I would subtract 4 from both sides. It's a two-step equation. So those would cross out. What's 3 minus 4? -1 equals 2x sub 2. How do you get rid of the coefficient in front of a variable? Divide both sides by 2. Which means I'm just going to leave that. -1/2 is equal to x sub 2. That's my missing number that goes right there. is negative 1/2. All right, so that's why this type of question is why it's really important that you memorize the entire formula as not just y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. You need to remember that it has m equals in the formula so that you can plug things in.